was beautiful because I was living it in first person. Like, you enter that world and you actually feel like you are there in the 1920s. I felt like a badass lawyer. I got to be a motherfucker for a couple.
Let's go!
For like a month.
I mean, this is a friend now. This is my buddy. I mean, we're talking Latin Grammy Award winner, nominee. You were also nominated. We caught up just recently at our iHeart Awards for Broadway debut. Round of applause in the room for Sebastián Yatra, please.
Hello,
come on
everybody.
now.
Thanks, good to see you.
Welcome to HQ,
How's
dude. Everything is beautiful, man. And I gotta say, for you and this collection of, man, this masterpiece, because it's not just music, it's visual, it's emotion, it's all the things that you create as an artist. Let's just dive headfirst into Milagro, dude. Tell me about this album that means so much to you.
Well, it's called Milagro, which means miracle in Spanish. Yeah. And I decided to call it Milagro because it's always a word that resonated with me, but we all have this definition, kind of like a miracle, of something like a singular event that's almost supernatural. Mm-hmm. Like, it can happen or not, but everyone's like, hopefully, in Spanish we say like, que se me dé el milagrito, like hopefully I get my miracle. Something in my life just out of nowhere explodes. And I read in a book, it's actually called A Return to Love, like 3 years ago. I already knew I wanted an album to be called Milagro at some point. Wow. But this girl, she had a different definition of what a miracle could be, and she said a miracle could be something as simple as changing your perspective, seeing things from a different point of view. And that really resonated with me, and also my brother's a writer, and in his last book, one of the characters says to the other, he says, remember, life rejects miracles from you until you realize that everything's a miracle. So when you stop seeing miracles or happiness as something far and distant, almost unattainable, that one day you want to reach.
Waiting for that come
and
away.
You start seeing miracles in everything around you, you wake up with happiness, with miracles in every single thing. And the videos in this album, they each like portray a different day-to-day miracle. So forgiveness, family, a cup of coffee, your cardigan, bro.
We're gonna talk about the conversation we were having before we're rolling with this cardigan. But how miraculous is it that you felt and you knew that maybe this was gonna be an album title at some point, but it was your shift of perspective, or it was even the way that you connected with your brother wrote to make this fully come together? Like, that's special in itself.
Yeah, it really is. And there's so much family in this album because what my brother wrote, my dad, I sing the last song on the album with my dad. It's a cover of like a classic in Spanish that I love. Also, one of the second to last song in the album I produced with one of my cousins. He went to Berkeley and he's like the prodigy musician in the family. And it's just been such a wonderful experience and a miracle writing it in itself. It's an album that I'm mega proud of. I started to sing some of the songs the other day. And
how does that feel for you?
I feel better singing these songs than a lot of the songs that are super well known around the world and of the ones that I sing. But there's just something in the sound, there's something in the dynamics of these songs and just the energy of it that these songs, like, they feel like they're alive, like they have a heartbeat, you know? Every time you hear them, it's like a different experience.
I gotta let you know, man, just as someone who, Spanish isn't my very first language, and for folks to pick up the album or just what you've done with your music over the years to connect to the sounds, the emotion that comes with the instrumentation, and to relate through the visual. How cool is that from your perspective to know that your culture is leading the way that so many people are taking in this information and learning about who you are?
It's beautiful, man. I mean, it's such an amazing opportunity as a Spanish singer to be able to connect with people all over the world because they like. I don't think it's just like the way the language sounds. It's a lot of the energy of I think songs have like the energy of the place where they were written. They have the energy of that person. I actually have a song called Tacones Rojos, which I ended up doing the remix with John Legend, and we sang it at the Latin Grammys. And I have a friend that told me that the song saved his life. Like, he was in a depression, and this song literally got him out of it. And he had already thought the worst and everything. And this song, even if you hear it in Spanish, the lyrics aren't about, get up and everything's going to be okay. But I wrote the song when I was at my lowest low, and I wrote it almost for myself. Like, I got to stop writing sad stuff and stop being so sad about whatever it is that's going on, and I got to make something, beautiful out of this.
To break free from the anxiety that I'm feeling, the heaviness
exactly.
it is.
So it had that energy in itself, and someone hears that song, even if you don't know what it's saying.
Dude.
It just has that energy that brings you up.
La Pelirroja is one that you don't even, you hear, but then you see. I mean, you learn sign language.
Oh, yeah, that was
Bro, like, you know what I mean? Taking these little mini miracles that you say and making this whole body of work, how important is it for you to be able to challenge yourself, but also how proud are you at the end result when you see, like, wow, this hits all the emotions? Specifically this one, man. I mean, did you know sign language before?
No, I did not know sign language. I mean, I think it's just about the experience, experiencing so many different things in life. And when you take the time, for example, with La Pelirroja, that we did this video for the album where I sing it to the redhead. Pelirroja means redhead in sign language, and it's the miracle of communication. Just the fact of being able to learn that and meet up with a girl that she is sordomuda. How do you say that in English? When she's deaf, she's deaf. And we were communicating for days on Zoom, then in person. We met. She told me it was the first time she was excited about music in her life, and that she felt a song so much in her heart.
Sebastián.
So these experiences and these challenges just take you to places that you would never expect.
Gosh.
And I think my message, mainly with my music and the opportunity that I have to travel the world and get to know so many different people, is like, never be afraid in life to change because a lot of times we see ourselves not maybe as ourselves as a person. It's more like, no, I'm an architect, I'm a doctor, I'm this, I'm that.
I have to follow this path.
Yeah, that's something you do. It can be a passion, but it's not the only thing you have to do. We have this opportunity called life where the decisions at the end of the day are in our hands, and everyone has that red button you can press. And literally, I can get out of here right now, get in the elevator. None of you will ever see me again. I'll go to like Laos and
just post up for a bit, dude.
Sell scorpions.
You know what I'm saying? Find a cardigan that you saw on a TV show and make it yours. No, dude, no, you're not taking mine, bro. Nah, not that. Let's talk about and get back to you traveling the world. Well, first off, the tour is going to be hanging out in Spain until we get some more tour dates. But what's it like as a performer to go to places on the planet and to share your story and to see it connect and resonate?
It's beautiful, and especially with this tour, what we're going to do, what's most exciting about it is getting to know everyone's story. I'm doing this thing in the few shows we've had so far. I'm actually going to sing tomorrow morning at the Today Show, which is going to be fun. And it's basically just me having a second mic, and I pass it to people on stage, in the crowd. Yeah, so they tell me their story, and then from there, from where they're at emotionally, I sing them a song on the album or a song of mine that I've done. But you get to know so many people's motivations. You get to know the deepest part of people's hearts, because when they give you a mic, it's like, tell us your story.
Tell us what's going on. It's amplified.
And you go to that place where where most of your energy or emotions or faith or is stored, and sharing that with the world. It's so exciting. I've gotten very excited on stage and emotional, and it's beautiful, and it makes me go to the shows excited for me to see the show, because you guys are the show.
It's gonna be different every single time. I mean, and it literally translates into among so many people. You are there among so many people.
Oh, that's the literal translation. Yeah, because I was telling my singing teacher, he was like, "What's the name of the tour?" I'm like, in between so many people, and not among so many people. Among so many people.
It's a community. It's a family. It's a global family that you've come to to build and support in the same way that you lift us up. They lift you up. What have you learned about yourself? Maybe traveling or taking the time to create Milagro or just to be within your heart. But maybe it's the team, it's the family that's around you. The people that you're among. What have you learned about yourself?
I think I've, more than learning something new, I feel more connected than ever to the kid in me. I I feel a lot more of a connection to when I was 3, 4, 5 years old, 6. Like,
Yeah.
it's when you let go and let life come as it happens, and you feel like you're floating, and you're almost like with a permanent smile. I mean, obviously I get stressed out sometimes, but it's just like emotions that come and go. But most of the time, and really, it's just beautiful to, at this age, I'm 30 right now, to just wake up with happiness every single day, not see it as, because when I was younger, I was like, okay, someday I'll be happy. And you would always have this preconception that happiness was when I would find someone and get married and have kids and do the whole shebang. And, life is full of different stories, and that's one story, but it doesn't have to be everyone's story. Because a lot of times we see that story that is like the main story that we hear, and anyone that doesn't complete that story, a lot of times is like frustrated, saying like, oh, I have this life, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And there's no such thing as what you're supposed to do.
You could find happiness and love in oneself, in the familiar relationships, the friendships, that could be the chapter of the book that you're at that particular time.
My boy Max.
I'm saying we can go. I can give you suggestions to hit the Smith and get some bomb wings and fries, bro. And that could be the happiness that you want to be.
That's the happiness we need. My trainer wasn't there. We'll go right away, man.
I want to circle back to our brief, but congratulations on the nom for Broadway debut at our iHeart Awards. To be in Chicago, dude, to play this iconic role, to receive the accolades. How fun was it to kind of be Billy for a little bit?
Oh, it was sick.
Yeah,
mesmerizing. It really was. Everything that Chicago represents for all of us, because it's such a household name. It was beautiful because I was living it in first person. Like, you enter that world and you actually feel like you are there in the 1920s. I felt like a badass lawyer. I got to be a motherfucker for a couple.
Let's go.
For like a month.
Were there elements of Sebastian that you were able to impart into the role of Billy Flynn, or were there things that you learned about his badassery, I guess we'll use that word, that you started to adopt, to a way that you wanted to live your life a little bit differently?
I think there was a lot of, he has this like extreme confidence that helped me now that I think about it in my life, in a sense. But his disregard for other people's emotions or for other people in general, because he sees them just as pieces in a chess pieces. We differ a lot in that sense. But it was fun playing that because when you start acting, I think it's the first time I was actually able to act and not feel like I was anywhere in that role, which was exciting for me because I'm actually acting like someone totally different.
Yes.
It wasn't like most of the roles that I get offered sometimes, which is like, come be a singer that
it's like,
falls in love with a girl. I'm like, I don't want
to challenge me a little bit. Let me really
actually act like something different.
A character.
And so I'm mega thankful with them. It's my first time being back in New York since Broadway. I was telling my team today, I was like, dude, can you believe we actually start on Broadway in Chicago?
But not only that, dude, then you played the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
Take that off the bucket list. But you're a New Yorker, and you will forever have open door policy here, man. So I mean, it's just really, it's super super cool as we get to have a longer form conversation to know that all the emotions, all the feelings that I've picked up, like I said, through the music, because I'm still learning and listening to Spanish as a second language or third language for me. I'm feeling the trueness of who you are, with us being able to sit here and chat and peel back some of the layers of the onion. And I'm also seeing you're a dude who wants to grab some, chicken finger, get some wings and some, yurt every once in a while too.
Yeah, man.
It all makes sense to me now.
And you know what I'm excited about? Also being here at iHeart and after the nomination and being at the awards, which was mega fun. It seems like I might be releasing music in English this year at some point.
Yo!
So, yeah, hopefully this year.
As we put a bow on this conversation, the challenge there to revisit, a full English song, maybe album, whatever it may be, like why now?
I don't know. I mean, I grew up in Florida,
Yeah.
and I always wanted to sing in Spanish since I was a kid, but definitely English has been such a huge part of my life, and I grew up listening to so many different artists from here and from the UK and just in English all over the place, and it was exciting to start writing in English at some point.
Yeah.
So I did, like 3-4 years ago, I started writing in English, and it's such a different, it's like you play soccer, but you play in a different league.
Yeah.
It's so different when you play like in the Spanish league, or you play in the Premier League, or you play here. It's different styles and writing. It really took some time to understand the language as a writer here in English, but it's also cool it helped me a lot to write in Spanish, having my head think a lot of times in English with melodies.
Okay.
And I think it helps me in English to write, to be Spanish and to come from that background, to bring that into the English world. And also, it took some time to find my voice more in English, and I'm excited to share it, and it's gonna be fun.
I can tell you're excited to share it. I mean, just the way that you talk about it, it sounds to me and to anyone who's listening or watching that excited to, I've used this word in the conversation a few times, challenge yourself and to accomplish another goal, and to know that this is another way of you sharpening your tool to make you even more versatile, dude.
And it's also an amazing way for me to, get my message across to people that don't understand my lyrics, and maybe they've heard the songs and they feel something, but they don't really know how it is. I like to express myself through words, and words are so powerful, and it's such an opportunity every time you sit down to write a song. Anytime you have a microphone in front of you, it's like, what message are you gonna convey?
Yes.
What are you gonna say? And I think I'm ready to start saying some stuff in this language.
We'll be here for you, dude. As I mentioned before, it's open door policy. I mean, the charm, the wit, the intelligence, the you know what I mean, and the cardigan. Like I got you. Whatever you need, bro. We're here.
Oh, you're gonna give it to me?
Nah, not really. Nah, damn, he picked up on that hella quick though, right? Can we give him a round of applause? This is our family now here at iHeartRadio. This is Sebastián Yatra. Round of applause from the building, man. Love you, bro. Bring it in.